Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Farlands or Bust. Woof, episode 668 of the series. Thank you very much. Was this tree here always? Wolfie, for that introduction. Let's secure the last episode's hidey hole. Whoop. Grab Wolfie. And, well, you know what? Since we don't remember this tree being here... Well, okay, never mind. Gotta go. That creeper apparently likes to have that tree there, so we're... Whoa! We're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it be. Hello. Keep on walking, I guess. As we continue here, like I said, episode 668 for your Thursday, December 21st, 2017. 12/21. It's a palindrome day, if you exclude the year. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. This is yet again another live stream recorded episode. Recorded live before a Twitch audience here. Doing this more and more, and hopefully we're starting to get more and more of the Farlands or Bust episodes going up. Thanks to that. Yoink. I suppose. With the small caveat that next week I will be gone, traveling back home for the holiday. So both streams and any Farlands walking is going to be on hold for that week. Indeed. Make sure everybody's aware of these programming notes. These notes of programs. Bloink, bloink, bloink. Whoa, careful, Wolfie. So yeah. Hope everybody else, regardless of whatever you do, if you have a good holiday or travel or don't, or... Excuse me? Why is there... Oh, there's lava under there. That's why. Let's go this way, Wolfie. No. This way, Wolfie. Yeah, that's gotta be lava. That's why there's exposed stone. Let us investigate. Yep, knew it. I synced it. I know the patterns. I know the geologies around here. I'm aware of the dangers that surround us in this Minecraft world. I'm not aware that I don't have any boats, though. Beep, bop, bop. And bleep. Yeah. Well, there's that. And of course, whoa, hello. There's plenty of people who don't do anything for these specific holidays, and that's fine and dandy too. So, hope you just have a good week. So yeah, continuing on here. The wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. Who told me to go this way? How did this happen? What sort of tragedies? It was the lava. It confused and disoriented me. But anyway, have some little bit of space news. A few items of space news. But today, the 19th? What is today? The 20th. Today's the 20th, and is the day I'm recording this on. NASA held their selections, I suppose, whittling down the list of proposals for the next New Frontiers mission. New Frontiers missions include Juno, was New Horizons and New Frontiers? I don't think it was. It's just a confusing nomenclature there. Juno was New Frontiers. I believe Dawn The Dawn spacecraft was New Frontiers. Anyway, they basically take proposals for missions, and, you know, but via process of elimination and budgets, they whittle down to which ones they choose. And right now it's down to 2 that are going to get the funding and be built for a potential 2019 launch. And now it is between Caesar, which is a comet sample return. It will be returning to actually the comet 69P Cherenkov. You know, the peanut-shaped one? The peanut one. We've already visited, but this one would actually take a sample and return it for study here on the old planet Earth. That one is called Caesar, and this one I haven't heard of yet, but it is very interesting, and it is very interesting that it's now in the final selection. Dragonfly, which is a Titan lander with propellers. It is essentially a quadcopter drone that will land on Titan, the moon of Saturn, the moon with an actual dense atmosphere and oceans of liquid methane and stuff. It will land, take samples and study, and then take off and fly to a different site multiple miles away and land and take different samples. A very bold and interesting, very interesting mission that I'm surprised I haven't heard about yet. I mean, I've heard about, like, the potential of having drones do similar things on Mars, but on Titan, it's actually more feasible because the atmosphere is so thick. It would be kind of difficult to do that on Mars because the atmosphere is so thin. You would need a lot of lifting capabilities. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. So yeah, it's between those 2, and there's some that have been eliminated, but have kind of been put on the back burner for further investigation. There was a lot of hope riding on another Venus lander, because at least NASA hasn't really studied Venus in a very long time, as well as a lander to Enceladus, another one of the ocean worlds. But yeah, those were just announced, so that's very interesting. And it's one of those things, like, I always say, you know, things like Cassini or Juno or whatever, they're all, the main focus is put around when the mission is in progress, but there's years and decades of study and planning and you know, these sort of processes of elimination and having to propose your mission and then have it reviewed and rejected and having to take it back to the, you know, entire careers, scientific careers are poured into these missions. So it's kind of interesting that now, with the rise of the internet and the social medias, that we're actually able to kind of be informed of this process as it's happening as well, and look forward to perhaps when it gets announced and launched, this drone copter heading off to Titan. That's pretty crazy, right? A bit nuts. But also, and as Shadow Wolf asks, what are your thoughts on the Falcon 9 Heavy? Today, SpaceX and Elon Musk shared the first photos of the mostly assembled Falcon 9 Heavy in the hangar at Kennedy Space Center, which is essentially the Falcon 9 rocket with 2 more Falcon 9 rockets strapped to the sides as boosters. Very similar to something I would have built in Kerbal Space Program. So, yeah, that's pretty much all put together. I'm not sure if you remember when I was able to visit the SpaceX factory in LA. I mentioned that they had the nose cones right there. They had just finished making them. They weren't painted yet or anything. They were just these giant, big cones on the ground. Now they're on the rockets, and they're laying down. It's pretty nuts. I have no idea how it's gonna work. But yeah, apparently in the next few weeks it will be rolled to the pads to have static fire testing, which is the tricky part, because it's tricky enough to get 9 engines to fire simultaneously so that it's a balanced launch. Now do that 9 times 3, which is what, 27? 27 engines? They have to fire all at once. If they fire out of order or off balance, the whole thing can tip to the side. So they gotta do a test firing of that to make sure it's all good. And, should be interesting. And they're looking to launch in January, which kind of stinks because I wanted to try to see that, but my January is pretty jam-packed, what with PAX South going on. But we'll see. We'll see. And we'll also go to sleep and continue in the morning. And awakeness. And awakeness indeed. Right, Mr. Pig? Indeed, Mr. Pig. Let's continue walking in the correct direction, shall we? So yeah, that's interesting. Unfortunately, I kind of was wishing that there was like a person or like some sense of scale next to the pictures they posted, but there weren't. Having been next to a Falcon 9 rocket, they're pretty gigantic things. So I can imagine what the Falcon 9 Heavy must look like, but I didn't, at least in the pictures they posted. You can make an assumption, but yeah, there weren't like any people in the hangar or like chairs or like anything you could like relate to a human size kind of banana for scale, human for scale situation. But yeah, that's certainly interesting indeed. Keeping an eye on that. Maybe it'll happen when we're all at PAX South and we can tune in. We could go to one of the hotel bars and have them put it on the televisions. I'm sure they'll oblige. And we'll have a Falcon Heavy launch viewing party or something like that. Although I'm sure Cone doesn't want that. He wants to be in Florida when that happens so he can try to see it himself. Indeed. Oh, you know what else is new? Maybe new. I'm not sure yet. This is past tense Kurt speaking to future Kurt. You know I'm a Humble Bundle partner. Do you? Do you know? I'm a Humble Bundle partner. And they have a software bundle that's available for the next week that includes Sony Vegas Pro 14 Edit for only $20. And I, myself, have acquired such a thing. Not, obviously, using my own affiliate code, which is conveniently linked below if you're interested. But I'm going to attempt to use that to edit and render this episode of Far Lands or Bust. I have, for the past 5 years, been using Sony Vegas 11 Pro on the old computer, and that's the software that gives me a bunch of problems because I needed the latest graphics card that it can use is the GeForce 570, so I could never upgrade my graphics card, and then my graphics card died, so I'm using a really old one, so it takes like almost 2 hours to render each of these episodes of Far Lands or Bust. It's a good time. It's a good time. So I decided on this new computer, which I realize is defeating the purpose of having a separate rendering editing computer and a gameplay computer. If I'm using now the gameplay computer to edit, you don't ask questions. I make perfect sense. We'll test it out and see. It might not work at all, or certain things like the end screen or the title might be a little bit weird if I can't figure out the exact ways or they've changed certain things, but I'll try it out. And I know this is just asking for about 6,000 comments. Well, why don't you use Adobe Premiere? That's the professional blah 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 blah. You should just get a Mac and use the Apple Movie Maker who's it? That's what I have to say to that. Right, Wolfie? What I thought. Woof, there we go. Just going with what I'm used to. What I'm used to. Woof, see? I got my back up. Woo! Have a seat. What is this crazy place? It's all pixelated into cubes. Weird. I mean, it's Minecraft. Obviously, everything is cubes, but you know what I mean. Like somebody set off a bunch of TNT in there and just let it rip. Let her rip! Jack Robertson asked, any tips for a boy, B-O-I, who is now living on their own for the first time? Banana! Why can't I not? There we go. First of all, congratulations, I guess. Enjoy. I don't know. Pay your bills, obviously. Set up auto pay on all the bills that you can think to do so. Because despite saying you won't forget, you will forget, and then you'll get late fees, as I have a few times. Wolves. Woo! Hey, everybody's happy. Yeah, I don't know if I have any specific thoughts or tips. I lived at home for a while. Obviously, I went to college and lived in the dorms, but I really never consider that actually living on your own. That's kind of like halfway between still being dependent and living at home and living out in an apartment of your own. If there's communal bathrooms, then it doesn't count. So I didn't move out until I was 27 years old, which is pretty late. But then again, my dad really wasn't forcing me out or anything like that. It was just kind of, I was saving a lot of money living at home, but it was kind of, at that point, I'm like, I would like to move out. I don't need to, but I would like to have kind of my own place and slightly feel like an adult. I still don't feel like an adult. So I did that, but at 27. Yeah, renter's insurance. You should get renter's insurance. It's pretty cheap. Just get it at the same place you have car insurance. It's like $10 a month, $12 a month, depending. Renter's insurance is indeed a thing. I don't know what your situation is if you're renting like an apartment or a condo or a house or something, but even though you're not a homeowner, kind of get used to fixing the little minor problems that you may experience, like, oh, the toilet isn't flushing, or this, it's constantly running, you know. Learn how to replace that little O-ring, or there's a leaky faucet, or there's, you know, when I go to take a shower, the little faucet head thing that starts the shower doesn't close all the way and it sprays water everywhere. Just learn how to replace a shower spigot. What are those things called? They're called something specifically. It's called, you know, the little handle you pull up and then it diverts the water from the tub to the shower. That's called something. And I've had to replace multiples. It was very confusing and difficult at first, but now I'm like, there's no problem. It's called a diverter? Is it called a diverter? Diverter. Diverter. It's a funny word. I don't know that it's called a diverter. It's called not a tap. It's called a it might be a diverter because it diverts the water. But anyway, like even like toilet seats. I don't know how many homes or places I've visited. It is a diverter. Confirmed! I am a handy man. A toilet seat. I'm surprised at how many places I visit and, like, the toilet seats are cracked or worn or, like, not even gross. Obviously, toilet seats can be gross and disgusting, but, like, a toilet seat is like 17 bucks at Lowe's. Just go pick up a new one and swap them out. That's, you know, sure you can like submit a damage report or a fix-it report with your landlord or whatever, but for that little tiny stuff, it's just much easier on you if you have the budget, if you have, you know, whatever, the funds to do so. Otherwise, sure, make them do it if it's part of your lease. But yeah, those little things. Learn how to do yourself a little bit. Yeah, so like have tools. Have tools available for yourself to do such things as well. Even like I think I went above and beyond. I don't know if anybody remembers. I was probably just did this on Twitter, but I live in a 2-bedroom place. One bedroom is the room with the bed, and the other bedroom is the office that I'm currently in right now. I chose this room as my office, and I set everything up, and then I was setting up cable, and oh, turns out the cable outlet in this particular room doesn't work. So I'm like, well, that sucks. But I ended up, instead of calling out a Comcast representative and having them charge me, I decided to do a little bit of investigation in the fact that all the other cable outlets worked. And I found a panel. There was a random panel in the garage that had no sense in being there, so I unscrewed the panel. It wasn't like an outlet or anything. It was just one of those blank plates where something must be behind it. I opened it up, and sure enough, there's a cable splitter there, and there's a loose and unscrewed cable split. So I swapped that one into the splitter, and sure enough, that was for this bedroom. For the office, bish bosh bash, we're in business. So yeah, little junk like that always kind of makes your life easier if you can just do it yourself. But yeah, let's go to sleep and do it ourselves in the morning. And a handymansness. We are a handymans. Are we not, Wolfie? Guess not. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than being self-sufficient in that regard. Yeah. Let's go with that. Creepers, spiders. I don't want to investigate what's going on over here. Woof. I would say get to know your neighbors, but I never do that, so that would just be hypocrisy on my part. Careful, Wolfie! Oh, you were. Well done. Let's see here. Minecraft Leanne asked, did you finally get proper rain attire for you and Juno for hiking? No. I would like to. I have a rain jacket, kind of a very lightweight rain jacket that was like good in Arizona when it never rained. But I definitely need to get like a better one for myself. I did get Juno a rain jacket parka thing from a company called Hurta, Hurtta. It works. The bright pink color was cheaper than like the more fashionable black or blue color, so I got the bright pink. It's more visible as well. I've used it on walks a few times when it was still raining a bit. But yeah, it's still too cold, and I don't think we'll be able to do any actual hikes in like places I want to go hiking until the springtime. Just because I've actually also looked at the trail conditions in a lot of those hikes, and it's like, oh, everything's covered by snow because it's up in the mountains. So Yeah, I don't know that hiking is gonna be happening. I also got her a good what are those things called? Harness. That should be good for hiking as well, but I use it to walk her anyway, just to get her used to it and stuff. Like, the only thing I'm not sure of is, like, those little... those little booties. Hiking boots for dogs. Like, to protect her feet and stuff. That would make more sense in cold weather if we're going to be, like, hiking on snow or something like that, but... We'll wait on that. I do need to find a, like, coat, insulated something for Juno, so I could still take her on walks when it's cold out. She hasn't... It was cold today, but sunny. She hasn't shown any specific... You know, I don't know how you would tell if your dog is cold other than shivering. She hasn't been, like, showing any of those signs while walking on cold days, but, you know, for... Did I just drop a bunch of something back there? Did it not just look like I dropped something back there? Am I losing my mind? Let's go back. Like, I thought I dropped my wood or the... No, there's the crafting bench. I guess not. All right. Come on, Wolfie. So yeah. I still... I have, like, with all these sales going on, I have purchased but then returned, like, 2 separate coats. I think the problem is that they're the 2-in-1 coats or the 3-in-1 coats that include, like, a separatable thermal, not thermal, but, you know, those puffy jacket liner jackets, and then the over jacket. One from Land's End and the other from LL Bean. The sizing is just way off and too big, even the medium for myself. What I should do is just buy one of those down-filled mid-layer jackets and then get a good rain jacket to put over it. I'd like to get, like, a Patagonia. Those are kind of expensive, but I think they're kind of worth it. But yeah, like one of those Patagonia jackets. And then honestly, the LL Bean one I tried, I felt like the outer layer wasn't good and waterproof and stuff. I might just get a LL Bean one. I'm just very, very fancy in the Pacific Northwestern attire with LL Bean and Land's End and Patagonia. Indeed. So yeah, perhaps on my own wish lists for myself will be those things. But yeah, I thought I would, like, be a little bit more apt to try hiking in the winter, but maybe not. It seems like I need a whole different kit for that. Like, I need more, like, snow type of boots and maybe some crampon spikes so that I can actually hike in snowpack, ice, and stuff. And I'm just like, nah, I'll just wait till spring. Maybe not. Maybe that's not quite the hiking I desire to be part of. Speaking of which, Celesta Rose asked, are you planning on trying more GoPro hiking videos where you don't put out forest fires? What if I want to put out forest fire every single time I go hiking? That is the goal. That is my one true goal in life. To sniff them out and put them out. Sniff them out and put them out. Out rhymes with out. I'm a poet. Yes, but again, probably not until the spring. Probably not until the spring. And it'll certainly be taking Juno with. I'm still trying to figure out. She still is not into playing, like, at all. With toys. She's not interested in squeaky toys or frisbees or balls or anything of the sort. She's not even interested in like playing, like, you know, you can kind of like get a dog excited and be like, no, you know, like swat at them with your hands and get them to kind of, you know, play like a dog. She's not into that. And if it's not food, treats, or getting pet, she's really not into it. So I'm hoping hiking is the thing she gets into. She likes going on walks. That, or I might have to like try. I'm not super myself into doing the agility stuff, but like for exercise, I guess I could try that out. I gotta, after the holidays, find and enroll in some sort of training. She's already a very good dog and obedient and whatever, but for myself and her, it's good to get some socialization and training down. Maybe she prefers video games. This is true. I'll have to hand her a controller. She certainly tries to annoy me as much as she possibly can when I'm sitting down here at the computer, which is why she's no longer allowed in the office. Oh, man. Wolfie? Have a seat. I have business to attend to. Yee! Enjoy the liquid. Enjoy the liquid there, whoever lives down there. The moisture. Liquids. Ooh, Skeletna's somewhere. Ah, get off me! What was that? Get stuck in some leaves again? You noodle? You dang noodle? But yeah, I would like to try some more vlog, hikey type of stuff. And perhaps they will be fancily edited and placed together in this brand new, actually a version older than the current version, Vegas Pro 14 Edit that's available for only a $20 price at Humble Bundle. The link below is an affiliate link that helps me out as well. But you're also helping out charities as well. If you click the link, you can find out more information. Plug, plug, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Oh, man. And same thing with the driving vlogs. Well done. Same thing with the driving vlogs. I would like to get back to those. But that's another thing I gotta get Juno used to, is she's not very good in the car. Just like she constantly tries to distract and pester me while I'm working here at the desk, she constantly tries to distract, pester, and join me in the front seat while I'm trying to drive, while we're hurtling forward at great speed in a big metal box. This whole place doesn't seem safe. I'm trying to find... Oh, yeah, no, it's not. Whoa! Let's go up here into this wall. Yeah. Make the end of the episode hidey hole. Oh, there you are. Thank you. Have a light. Indeed. So I appreciate all these questions from folks hanging out in the Twitch chat. Much appreciated indeed. And I appreciate everybody watching on YouTube. Hope you enjoy these episodes. I'm not sure. Depends on my schedule and how stressed out and freaked out I get about traveling home this weekend. If this might be the last episode ever. No, last episode of Farlands or Busts before my trip. Or I might try to get episode 669 in. Nice. Ooh, where'd this feather come from? Excuse me? Okay. So regardless, like I said, I hope you have a good week. If I don't see you until then. I appreciate, like I said, you watching this episode of Farlands Bust. Maybe checking out those Humble Bundle deals, or even like the game bundles, or the monthly thing, or even the Humble Store. Like Hellblade was on sale. I think it still might be for another week or so. Hellblade, obviously up there on the top games for me personally that I played this year. And you help out myself as well as charity. And yeah, that is how these cookies crumble. These cookies crumbles. These cookies, they crumble. Do I still have cookies? No, I ate them all after I got attacked in the middle of the night, didn't I? You had to be there. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time.